priests were revered. They despised me.
Can I ask you something, Inigo?
Of course.
What's your obsession with spiders all about?
None of your business.
Fine, have it your way. We should look for game while we're out here.
Fantastic. Perhaps we could track some spiders.
Perhaps you could consider being a bit less weird.
Spiders make you uneasy. I understand, they are not for everyone. All the more for me.
You look different. You look nice. Not that you don't always look nice, mind. Yeah.
You think so?
Give you a hug? I could really use a hug right now. Can we go? We really shouldn't be here. Shrines are conduits to their princes, and this is the shrine of Merunas Dagon. Let's just leave. Thank you. Sooner we're out of here, the better. It's a long story. Might explain when we find some place to rest.
Inigo, are you practicing your menacing stare? It is very convincing.
I don't have to convince anyone of my menace.
You are a good soul. I do not know why you want people to think otherwise.
You're not bad either, Inigo. Despite your, quirks.
I wish my brother could have met you. You would have liked
You
it.
could have asked, you know.
I would have liked that. I didn't have much in the way of family growing up.
I am sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
My friend, I can hear mumbled rude language.
Are you referring to me?
A feather.
Yes.
Overwhelming silence of its presence
I don't
never ceases to
complain about you having conversations with an insect in a jar, so you don't complain about me cursing when I tread in horse shit.
Another one? No, you're not with the Vigilance. I suppose this looks rather alarming, but if it helps, they attacked me. I was simply defending myself. Because they hate what I stand for. Boethia. Aye. Hopefully that won't be a problem. I'll keep moving. No point in tending to them. Although you seem like an interesting one. A traveler? I think I could use here and there. Would you happen to need any help out there? Keep an eye on each other and such. It may. Though as you can see by these men, I can. Wouldn't be much of a follower of Boethia if I couldn't protect myself. Still, I'll admit, my strength isn't what it used to be. But my magic, that continues to grow with age. Sounds like a plan. Name's Varric Vale, by the way. I plan to head to Morthal, so you can find me at the inn there. Whenever you want me to follow, just let me know. Ah, it's you. Lead on, then.
What's the Jarl going to do about it?
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please.
Hey, watch it.
I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
We've no need for wizards in our midst.
Morthal has enough problems as it is.
It's no use. Let's get back to it then.
Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then the world used to make sense.
Have you met the bard that plays here? He's got a voice like broken glass and fingers like the knob of a carrot. Sometimes he ventures outside, and when he plays, the animals in the marsh will start screaming. His name's Lurbuck, and he's by far the worst bard in all of Skyrim. But the old Orcus sort of grows on you. In time, everyone will learn to appreciate him like I do. What you need? All right then.
Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boots, stay a while. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I got nothing but time these days. Welcome to the Moorside. If you need anything, I'll be around. Good to have a customer.
You would think we'd run into some Argonians out here. I suppose even they have their standards.
Krogar's house? It burned down not too long ago. It's a real pity about his wife and kid. The screams woke half the town. Most folk won't go near it now for fear it's cursed. Krogar claims it was a hearth fire. Some folks say Krogar started it himself.
This Morthal.
That's what they say. See, he's living with Alva now. That started the day after the fire. It ain't right moving in with a new love the day after your kin die like that. Aye, our Jarl would sure like to know if he did, though. Might even pay to find out.
Can we please not tarry too long here? The swampy air is bad for my skin.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Well, look here. It's nothing fancy. I like to see you smile, and it made me think of you. Pieced it all together, have you? Aye. They followed his doctrine, and for a time so did I. Believe me when I say it's part of my past I'd rather forget. Thank you. I don't mean to be secretive, I hate thinking about it. There's a lot left for me to atone for. Something on your mind? Merun's Dagon rules over destruction, change and revolution. The Blooded Dawn believe this a necessary evil. Fires that purge the old to make way for the new. The weak are hunted to make room for the strong. The only way to know the true self was through suffering and violence. They saw beauty in torture and death that could rival the Dark Brotherhood. The truth was that they were just violent people, willing to justify what we did to others around us. Then there was one night where I just couldn't justify it anymore. The farm happened. It was a small estate outside Leowind. We were raiding it for supplies, but everyone just got out of control. The things that were done to that family. I wish I could forget it, but perhaps I don't deserve to. Night after night, I couldn't get their screams out of my mind till the only thing I could think to do was, well, destroy the cult itself. Aye. Sort of. It didn't go exactly as planned, you see. I had a woman at the time, Rosalind. She was the clan's priestess. Very talented in conjuration magic. I didn't want her to die with the rest of them, and I thought she'd be on my side. Stupidest assumption I'd ever made. I wanted to know if her magic could make me stronger. She said it could. Well, she turned her magic against me instead. When someone you think you love tries to burn you alive in the fires of oblivion, and summons Demora to tear the flesh from your bones, it tends to change how you see them. The hideout was destroyed in the fight. I don't know if anyone survived it. Yeah. It might be a cause of a few prejudices. Aye. All the same, I'm sorry I kept it from you. Aye. I've just always liked those, thought they were pretty. I just saw it like that morning and made me think of you. Our bond is forged in battle. I'm glad to have met you. I want to hear about something you've done. Why? Really? How did it play out? Fantastic. Excellent.
Here, take this. It's a spell tome. Since we'll be traveling together, it may be best to have a way to reach one another quickly. So, with this, you can summon me to your side in the blink of an eye. Thank you. Though, do use it sparingly. Being summoned isn't the most comfortable feeling. Looking for some small talk? Is that so? Well, I don't have much to hide. Ask whatever you want. I'm an open book. Magic, mainly. Sure, I know how to fight with a sword or a bow if need be, but my talents have always been more arcane. Aside from my skills in combat, I also know the importance of stealth. While some followers of Boethia look to running at their enemies head-on, I know that sometimes the best way to beat your enemy is from behind. High Rock originally, though I was only there for a short time. I was pretty much raised in an orphanage in High Rock. Around the time of my third adoption, I moved to Hammerfell with my new family. Of course, like the times before that, I was sent back to an orphanage again. About 4 by the time I gave up and ran away. Headed straight for High Rock again, though I didn't make it. Ended up finding myself soon enough in a bandit gang. I met the devotees. About a few months after I joined the bandits, we were attacked by them. By the time the fight was over, a majority of the gang was dead. To be fair, though, I managed to kill some of theirs. I guess they looked upon me, being just a kid, and took me in. At the time, I thought it was mercy, but mercy doesn't exist amongst Boethia. Now I understand that what they saw was promise. Promise in me to become a cold-blooded killer. So they took me in, raised me for the majority of my life, and taught me to fight for survival. They're all dead. It's a bit of a long story. It's odd, you know? You find a family with them. And I found family with some man there. Renaro, a Redguard fellow. Real nice. Sort of raised me as his own. Though, once he got too old, the rest of them slit his throat in his sleep. No. I was so angry at them. I wanted to kill them all, but I knew I had no chance alone. But if they could slit a man's throat without him knowing, so could I. I headed to the nearest city, pretended to be a poor, kidnapped farmer, and led the guards to my home. They slaughtered everyone. Once it was all over, well, I tried to live a simple life in that city, but it didn't last long. In the end, I just decided to travel across Tamriel and spread Boethia's word. As I grow older, I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. In the end, they're in Boethia's realm, breathing and suffering, just as they always hoped for. Boethia is the daedric prince of deceit and sedition. She teaches her followers to be strong and to smite those around us. If we're being honest, though, by others I've been told my views on him are blasphemous. Well, I was raised to believe that Boethia wishes for her followers to grow in strength. I grew up fighting others I was friends with, but suffering was the greatest way to Boethia. For years, I was confused by these teachings. However, later I learned better. It's not that Boethia teaches us to kill, but to survive. We fight to become stronger, because in this world, if you cannot kill, you cannot survive. Survival and what we leave behind in this world is all that matters. That is the truth Boethia teaches us. It's the truth I've discovered by putting my faith in her. And it's one I plan never to stray from. Many of us look for a challenge, or bloodlust. We attack whoever we come across in the name of Boethia. But Boethia strives for strength, and endless killing will not bring true strength. Survival is most important, and I wish to teach others that, whether it be in a fight or showing them how to fight. However, I will not push Boethia onto anyone. At the end of the day, it is our survival that matters most. That is what I wish to instill into others the most. I suppose it's time to make like trees and leave.
Lucifer, huh? Strange name for an Argonian. Right behind you.
I'm glad you're here. Yeah, actually. Why are you doing this for me? Going through all this trouble to bring me back home? Really? So, there is something else. Well, perhaps I am. Anyway, enough of that. Come on, let's move.
Always tastes a bit like burnt hair smells. I'll still drink it, but I won't fucking like it.
Whoa, is everything okay?
I have to say, I'm rather surprised at how much the adventurer life seems to be growing on me. Exciting things tend not to happen to the Flavius family. Not many of us, anyway. I mean, Mother fought in the Great War, granted, and then of course there was old Octavius way back in the Second Era. But the rest of us tend to live really quite unremarkable lives. I'm rather chuffed to be the odd one out. Ha! Well, you're not wrong there. But thank you, I appreciate the sentiment, however vacuously true it may be. I'll be right behind you.
Could we find some place to rest? Sure. Of course not. Nah. To be honest, I have no idea. It sounds nice that something may be looking after me, but I am not sure who to believe in. What about you?
When are you gonna do something to help Fallen? Stop people saying that.
Maybe you can tell me about it one day.
His presence here has caused...
Sure.
Well, it's difficult for the people to get used to.
Sure. A lot of people have a lot of fears. Birds and water for a start.
Yes, well, perhaps you're right.
I can, but when I was little, I was on a trip. I was in the colder parts of Cyrodiil and I fell into a frozen lake. I had to be fished out. When I woke, I was told I was out for days. I have feared that happening again ever since. And being in piss-freezing Skyrim does not help my fear. Even though I can breathe underwater, the water, cold water, still scares me. What are you scared of? I know what you mean. But we have one another. We will stick together, right? Sure. Do we really have to go into this? But I guess you should know. Like I said before, he raised me. When I was just an egg, he found me and took me in. He taught me to survive in the wild and live on my own. He was the one that kept me away from any towns or cities. He kept me safe. He was killed. One night when we were camping out, we were attacked. We both thought there was only a few attackers, so Morlock told me to run. I did. I ran, and once I found a hiding place, I watched them kill Morlock. There were so many of them, and I knew I could not fight them back. I had to run. I had to leave Morlock, and he died alone. I left Morlock to die.
When are you gonna do something to help Valia? Stop people saying things about
If I would have stayed in hell.
You have to understand, his presence here has caused... well, it's difficult for the people to get used to.
They got used to Idgrod just fine, didn't they? So what's...
Maybe not.
Yes, well, perhaps you're right.
My scales are black. Dirt is brown. What else? It is okay. I am okay. I am okay. Need something? I am fine. I wanted to thank you. I have been on my own for the past few months. I do not think there was a harder time in my life. I am just glad I was able to get it off my chest. It happened. I cannot go back and change it. I think about it every day. But I guess in the end, I got to meet you. That is something good, right? Right. Come on, we should keep going.
Friend.
What is on your mind?
The longer we wait, the worse it gets.
Let's talk about it some other time.
Yes. I have never been very good though. I enjoy writing songs, but sometimes it is more fun just making up words as I go along. Improvisation keeps the mind sharp and boredom at bay. Maybe, but nothing too serious. I would rather save my proper songs for the Bard's College. For now, anyway. Well, I know it is silly, but my songs are special to me. I would rather perform them in a special place. However, if you just want me to improvise something while we are traveling, maybe I can help you out. We will see. Sure. I was bullied by the other Khajiit children because of my unusual color and markings. My mother showed me a handy trick with a rock and a glove. I was never bothered again. My father showed my brother and I how to use a sword. My mother taught us the bow. Happy childhood memories. I grew up in Riverhold, not far from Cyrodiil. My brother and I headed for the Imperial City to find our fortune when we came of age. I found love, for a time at least. My brother found death.
When the time is right, friend. When we're sure.
The longer we wait,
I will come to that soon. There is a little more to hear first. Well, now that I think about it, maybe it was not love. It was brief and, as it turned out, one-sided. Anyway, all that happened later. My mother and father are both gone. They died protecting a trading caravan a few years back. I guess I am an orphan again. I suppose they were a bit of an odd couple, being an Argonian and a Khajiit, but they adored each other, and us. Despite their previous profession, they were good people. That means a great deal. Thank you. Fire away. All right. You want a performance review? Okay. Okay. I will list some of your attributes. Here we go. You smell good. You have some gold, but you could do with more. You have never done time in a cell, unlike me. Your travels have taken you to a few interesting places, but much of Skyrim is still a mystery to you. You are essentially homeless right now. Let me think. Slowly but surely, you are becoming a magical powerhouse. The state of your mind may be up for debate, but your body is healthy. When you open your mouth, you usually talk yourself into trouble, not out of it. You need to practice your manipulation techniques. You are strong, free, and single. Your skill with one-handed weapons is getting better. I find that shouting random insults mid-battle always helps. In life, you tend to go your own way. You do not follow the herd. You have great fashion sense. Let's see. Two-handed weapons do not seem to suit you. I feel the same way. They are heavy and cumbersome. You are not into politics. More often than not, you are polite and sincere. You are becoming sneaky, but there is still a lot of room for improvement. You may know how to open a book, but so far you have failed to learn very much from the writing inside. You like to haul around random useless items for some reason. Your archery still needs work. Do not be disheartened. I am an oddity. Not everyone can be deadly with a bow and good looking. Now, how do I conclude? You are destined for greatness, my friend. You are still fairly new to this adventuring thing, but you are getting more powerful every day. That is that. I hope you enjoyed my insight. I was getting comfortable.
Aye.
Can I ask you something? At what points in our travels have you seen me wandering about with a loot strapped to me back? I'm a swordsman, not a skald. To myself, I wasn't looking to become a great orator. Would it really make you happy? All right, I'll give it a try. Right, here it goes. That man of loneliness and mystery, scarce seen to smile, and seldom heard to sigh. And he knew himself a villain, but he deemed the rest no better than the thing he seemed, and scorned the best as hypocrites who hid those deeds the boldest spirit plainly did. He knew himself detested, but he knew the hearts that loathed him, crouched and dreaded too. Lone, wild, and strange, he stood alike, exempt from all affection and from all contempt. I'm not great at expressing what I feel over me past, but those words, they say it right.
Jarl freaks me out, Blood.
Why, you... Roger's house fire? Hell, he lost his wife and daughter in the blaze. My people believe it to be cursed now. Who am I to gainsay them? Hrogar blames his wife for spilling bear fat in the fire. Many folk think he set the fire himself. Lust can make a man do the unthinkable. The ashes were still warm when he pledged himself to Alva. On rumor and gossip? No. But you, a stranger, might find the truth for us. Sift through the ashes that others are too fearful to touch. See what they tell you. Should you prove him guilty or innocent, I will reward you. Hrogar's fate is in your hands.
Hi there. You lost? Helgi, but Father says I'm not supposed to talk to
Want to know a
strangers.
secret of mine?
Are you a stranger?
Cast oak flesh before forging. That's how I've avoided calluses all these
The smoke woke me up. I was hot and I was scared, so I hid. Then it got cold and dark. I'm not scared anymore. But I'm lonely. Will you play with me?
Are generally hard to come by.
Okay, let's play hide and seek. You find me, and I'll tell you. We have to wait for nighttime, though. The other one is playing too, and she can't come out until then. I can't tell you. She might hear me. She's so close. If you can find me first, I can tell you.
Oh gods, this is all so sudden. At least wear protection the next time you thrust into me like that.
You found me! Layla was trying to find me too, but I'm glad you found me first. Layla was told to burn Mommy and me, but she didn't want to. She wanted to play with me forever and ever.
She's dead.
She kissed me
He's
on the neck,
weird.
and I got so cold and
She's a
fired me.
vampire.
Melt together here. Layla thought she could take me and keep me, but she can't. I'm all burned up. I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep for a while now.
She's dead. Ysmir's beard. She's a vampire. Yes? Think you might be in the wrong place, friend.
What exactly is
Leolette. I thought she left to join the Stormcloaks. My poor Leolette.
Turns out she was using me.
Ah, I see. I once knew a woman like that as well.
The love of a good woman would be nice, but first I must feel worthy.
You will find the right person, Inigo.
She began to spend a lot of time with Alva. Yet just a week before, she despised her. In fact, the night she disappeared, she was supposed to meet Alva. Alva told me later that she never showed up.
I will be okay.
I never got to tell her goodbye.
I'm sorry. I know how hard it is to say goodbye.
If I could have done something then. Tried to help him.
I'm no stranger to regret. In many ways, it's the hardest of punishments.
That I could have done something. Anything.
And I believe you would have, had it truly been in your power. But so many things in this world are beyond our control. You can't blame yourself for that.
And I just move on?
Until that time, take no shame in grieving.
You think Alva? But that means... Ye gods! You think Alva is a vampire? No, you're wrong. You must be wrong. Leolette may have met her fate out in the marsh. I refuse to believe Alva had anything to do with this. There is no way you can prove it to the Jarl. Mm-hmm.
Oh? What is it? It's a village in the middle of a swamp. What else would I think? Not really my thing.
So, where are we off to now?
It's on an island near Solitude. Hopefully, we can find a boat to take us there. It's my family's home. Not the most welcoming place, but depending on who's around, I'll be safe there. My father and I don't really get along. Ugh, saying it out loud makes it sound so common. Little girl who doesn't get along with her father. Read that story 100 times. I've always wondered what the Dwemer actually looked like. If one believes Nordsen, they were much like elves, but with beards. But what about young dwarves? Were they indistinguishable from, say, the Altmer then? Maybe there were other differences. Lighter skin tone, or tails? No. Why would they have tails? I don't know. Don't mind my rambling. It's just there's so many artifacts from their civilization, and yet we know so little. What did they look like? Where did they go?
And bestow a blessing. Know that battle is a blessing. It is an eventuality. Know that you are dust in the eyes of Boethia. Long as the arm.
What could possess a man to burn down his own home with his family inside?
Is the cut.
That poor child.
Is the poison.
She's in Mara's arms now.
Worship, O faithful. Pray your death is short. Worship.
Over before it started.
A vampire? This woman is pure evil. Let us go to Morthal and finish this off before the whole town becomes enslaved.
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first.
Is Hrogar innocent or not? Ava? Didn't think she had it in her. I assume you have proof? Can't go making accusations like that without proof.
Would you mind telling me a little about your people?
So it's true, the traitorous bitch. Morthal owes you a debt. Here, you were promised a reward for solving the crime, but I need one more favor from you. Morthal is still in danger. The journal mentions Movarth, a master vampire I thought was destroyed a century ago. I'll gather together some able-bodied warriors to clean out Movarth's lair. They'll be waiting outside for you to lead them.
Food sounds a good place to start to me. I imagine you would.
Until next time.
Foresty feast. Go on. What's
You
your
don't say
favorite
much,
dish?
do you? That's all right. I prefer the strong, silent.
My favorite dish.
Fine.
I
Keep
go
your
for a
hands to
hearty
yourself.
deer stew that's been simmering overnight. No, that one's true. It's a religious thing.
Right.
Yeah.
What a chump.
Aye. What is it? Trade. You're just going to make me carry all your stuff, aren't you?
Someone there?
You'd think a vampire would be right at home in a place like this. You'd be wrong.
I'll try not to make things awkward for these folks. My neck is unusually sensitive.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness
Sorry, I was in your
that
way.
you will destroy.
What are you doing? Do you mind?
Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreek. And I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
Mother's calling me. It's time for me to sleep now. I'm so tired. Thank you for making her feel better.
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you...
Well, look at you. If only everyone acted like you did. By the 8, I didn't think he could do it. Now maybe we can put all this behind us. Take this as a token of our gratitude. There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honorary title mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold. You help my people, and I'll make you my Thane.
Charming town, this Morthal.
Good luck. All right then.
I do what I can to see that Idgrud's time isn't wasted, that she only has to deal with important matters.
Kaidan. Traitor.
What? A Demora?
You might think I'm predisposed to thinking it is completely fine to build a swamp. That is not the case.
He will claim your soul, then feast on the blood of the Dragonborn.
Dagon?
Go cast your fancy magic someplace else.
Beast anymore. Tell me who summoned you.
The time to talk is done. You will bleed.
My blade is thirsty for blood.
Our hero claims a warrior's heart.
It knew my name. It came for me. I thought I'd left all that behind. I thought... You heard what it said. Revenge. I crossed a Daedric prince. I should have known his followers weren't going to let it go. It might have been any one of Dagon's followers. Even one of my old friends from the Blooded Dawn. That... she did. And if she'd actually survived that night, I would not put it past her
I think it's clear I can't turn my back on this. Not this time. If I don't face these cultists, they won't ever stop coming after me. I need to find where they are. Strike them down first. I will. If it means keeping you out of the clutches of a daedric prince. I suppose that's true. But I know what these people are capable of. I couldn't live with myself if they got their hands on you. I should know by now not to fight you on these things. So, Inigo.
Yes, brother?
Tell me more about yourself.
I always wanted to play the lute, but my fingers are too big and untalented.
Ah. Perhaps the ways of the gods,
guys,
don't
keep your
leave
head
much
down.
room for the realities of life.
Yes, but a man can dream.
I've not met many Khajiits, but Inigo, he's my favorite one. I guess we're done.
Yes? Lucifer's well skilled, but I can tell something's bothering the boy. A lack of direction?
More snow.
A purpose?
That's exactly what
Perhaps?
So, Inigo,
Cash, if I am not mistaken,
tell me
you
more
know your
about
way
yourself.
around in the
Over here.
wilderness, correct?
I like the simple things in life. Sitting in a warm bar, the company of a
Teach me something I don't
woman,
know.
bashing
Must be that beautiful
spider in the
Skyrim
face.
weather I've always heard about.
I do not know Skyrim flora yet. But I guess I could tell you about Cyrodiils.
That would be most helpful. I know little about the flora beyond the Vallis Mountains.
There are a few plants from there that grow here too. I can show you them when we find some.
Please do. While we are on the subject, would you care to try some hackalo?
The Tuscus Hackalo.
It is a plant native to Morrowind. It looks quite dull, but I assure you it is quite tasty, even refreshing.
Okay, I will try it.
Here you go.
It is actually pretty good. You
I'm
could
glad
have
you think
asked,
so.
you know.
Now I expect an in-depth lecture next time we come across something familiar to you.
Ah, it's you. What is it? I'll be here.
The bloodshed ahead, to be honest. I might not know exactly what to expect, but I do know there's no possible way this will end peacefully. These are my sins coming back to haunt me. Knowing I, in some way, deserve what's coming makes it harder to fight against. Aye, and one I won't reach until I finish what was started with the Blood of Dawn. But you're right. I'm making a new life here. A good life. And I won't let those bastards take it away from me. Mm-hmm. This blood is fresh. Someone's been busy. Nothing important. I've seen these before. Wards like these were used on one of our hideouts. In order to cross them, you need to be in possession of a particular talisman. I've seen these before. Wards like these were used on one of our hideouts. In order to cross them, you need to be in possession of a particular talisman. No, but I know how to make one. Though some of the parts needed could be hard to find. Fire salts, a daedra heart, and black soul gem fragments. Then a pendant made from bone to hold all the elements together. That much I can do. I'm pretty sure fire salt should be easy enough. You can collect those from a flame antronarch, or buy them from an alchemist. Daedra hearts might not be so easy to find. You can rip them out of the daedra themselves, but I don't think there'd be many who would sell them. The gem fragments will probably be the hardest to come by. I don't know much about how they're made or what it takes to break apart a black soul gem. That's the realm of necromancers, that is. Perhaps we should ask there then. I'll get to work on a talisman right away.
are you wearing that thing? You look desperate.
Standing stone of Skyrim.
Sorry,
Sounds like it'd suit me.
do you ever wonder what it is all about?
Like they do for you.
Life, I mean.
Sometimes. But living the way we do doesn't have a lot of time. Pondering questions that don't affect our immediate survival.
That is true. Let us get back to the here and now.
They told us the Empire was weak. We were weak to save it. If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here. You'll end up like Rome.
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Svar, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Complicated relationship.
Oh, look,
Maybe we could go find the
Some of
tavern.
them were quite
I'd
honest
kill
and
for
a
some
pleasure to deal
blood
with.
mess.
You should tell her
Others
that her
have been
uncle is
complete
scum that betrayed his high king. Best she know now, Advar.
Here, I've finished the first part of the talisman. Once we have everything we need, we can take it to a forge and put it together.
Deserve to speak! There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Dori. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords. Boo!
Why is it called Solitude?
On this day,
It's such a
I
sad...
go to Sovngarde.
They should rename it Friendstown or something.
Should have taken his arms first, then his head.
Here you go.
Thank you, young man.
Did you know I fought in the Great War?
Why? Is that where you lost your eye?
Yes. They left me for dead on the battlefield. I found my way back here eventually.
Good riddance to bad rubbish, I say.
I'm sorry. Get yourself a hot meal on me tonight, yeah? I've heard the stew isn't bad at the skeever.
Thank you again.
He died well.